tracheostomy has just been suctioned, remove soiled site dressing and discard before removal of gloves used to perform suctioning.
Right, so if you already had your gloves on, you would suction. Now this is much tighter than it would be on a real person. It's going to be much easier on a real person. And this guy, it's really tight to get this off. It won't really be like that. Okay, so, but you would take off the old dressing. Okay. Throw it away. Okay. With those other gloves that you had on.
Prepare supplies. Open tracheostomy care kit and separate basins touching only the edges. If the kit is not available, open 3 sterile basins. Fill one basin ½ inch deep with hydrogen peroxide or half hydrogen peroxide and half saline based on facility policy.
So you, in one of these little containers, you put a little hydrogen peroxide.
Isn't it?
Huh?
There's no supplies in there? No.
What do you mean? Inside the kit, there's no hydrogen peroxide in it.
Okay. I was just talking, I thought there was supplies inside of it.
Just the ones that I told you. Some will dilute it half and half.
Little compartments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not pouring it onto
Yes.
Fill other 2 basins ½ inch deep with saline. Open sterile brush or pipe cleaners if they are not already available in a cleaning kit. Open additional sterile gauze pad.
Okay, and all of those are in here already.
Put on disposable gloves.
Okay, I'm not going to mess these up.
Remove the oxygen source if one is present. If not already removed, remove site dressing or dispose of in the trash. Stabilize the outer cannula and faceplate of the tracheostomy with one hand. Rotate the lock on the inner cannula in a counterclockwise motion with your other hand to release it.
I'm just going to put this down a little bit more than I would otherwise. Just because this is so tight on the mannequin. Okay. Alright, so you stabilize this. Then the inner cannula unscrews out. This particular one there, you depress on either side as opposed to unscrew it, okay?
Continue to hold the faceplate. Gently remove the inner cannula and carefully drop it into the basin with the hydrogen peroxide. Replace the oxygen source over the outer cannula. Remove gloves and discard.
Take these off. I'm not going to mess up the gloves so that you can practice with them, but take this off, throw it away.
Clean the inner cannula as follows. Put on sterile gloves.
Okay, so I will put on her sterile gloves. Alright.
Okay. Remove inner cannula from soaking solution. Moisten brush or pipe cleaners in saline and insert into tube using back and forth motions.
It's just like at home, cleaning bottles. Edge it around so the brush fits just the right size in there. Or if you prefer, you can use the pipe cleaners to get any other fine things. Yeah.
Agitate cannula in saline solution.
So then you would go, because you don't want to put hydrogen peroxide back inside there, so you rinse that off.
Remove and tap against inner surface of basin and place on sterile gauze pad.
that doesn't really say to do, but when I would first open this up and take out, put my gloves, clean gloves on, there's one of these. I would make a bigger sterile field. So then,
we can take that stuff out.
we have a place to put this. Okay, so, okay, go ahead.
Suction outer cannula using sterile technique if necessary.
Okay, so if you need to go through another suction thing like last time, you could do that. Suction out one.
Stabilize the outer cannula and faceplate with one hand. Place inner cannula into outer cannula.
Okay.
Turn lock clockwise and check that inner cannula is secure.
And in this particular one, you squeeze little wings on either side. You'll see when you get here. Just secure it, okay?
Reapply oxygen source if needed. Applying clean dressing and ties to remove oxygen source. Dip cotton tipped applicator and gauze sponge in second basin with sterile saline and clean stoma under faceplate.
So you use these to clean around. So you want to keep this as clean as possible, but you're not going into the tray any longer. So you just clean any little thing that's needed.
Use each applicator or sponge only once, moving from stoma site outward.
So between each task, do you have to like oxygenate them? Is that why you have to put that other
No, if
thing?
you suction them,
Oh, okay.
you do. And you just kind of, depends upon how much oxygen you need. This is going to take you a little while, and the patient needs oxygen. Their O2 sat's going to drop. Then, periodically you'd want to give them oxygen.
Pat skin gently with a dry 4x4 gauze sponge. Slide commercially prepared tracheostomy dressings or pre-folded non-cotton filled 4x4 dressing under faceplate.
And in the actual patient, you would try not to be pulling too much on the trach itself, because you'll irritate the trachea at the other end that's in there. Or like I say on this poor mannequin, it's very stiff. It's not violent.
Alright, to change the tracheostomy tape, leave soiled tape in place until new one is applied.
Okay, so what you want to be very careful of when you apply the tape is not to cut it off and then allow the patient to cough, because they can cough the whole trachea out, and that would not be a good thing. So what we do for inserting a trach initially, there's an obturator that comes with it. We don't have one here, but it's like another inner cannula, and it has like a ball, a smooth ball at the end. It's round and smooth. And so that is used for actually inserting a trach. So it's always kept at the head of the bed on a patient with a trach, just in case for some reason it's accidentally coughed out. So you have a way to get it back in. But you really don't want that to happen, because it's not so easy to get them back in again, particularly if they haven't been in for a really long time. And that's the patient's airway. So you can be in big trouble. So whenever you change the tape, you want to be sure that you're never letting go of the trach itself, that it can't come out. Okay, so, okay, this is a tape.
Okay. Cut piece of tape the length of twice the neck, circumference plus 4 inches. Trim ends of tape on the diagonal.
Diagonal. All right.
Insert one end of tape through faceplate opening alongside old tape.
Okay, so you always put the new one in before you take the old one out. So it's still secured, and you really don't need gloves for this. All right.
Pull through until both ends are even length. Slide both ends of the tape under the patient's neck
Excuse me.
and insert one end through remaining opening on other side of faceplate.
And we'll pull it through.
Pull snugly and tie ends in a double square knot.
Okay, now that's one over, and then you fold it back.
You should be able to fit one finger between the neck and the ties.
You don't want it too tight. You want to be able to get a finger in there comfortably. And not too loose either, so that it'll come out too far if they cough.
Check to make sure that the patient can flex neck comfortably. Carefully remove old tape. Reapply oxygen source if necessary.
Okay, so for now I'm taking this one off rather than the old one.
That's considered tape because it doesn't seem like it's sticky or there's no adhesive.
No, it's not an adhesive tape,
Okay.
but they do refer to it as a tape.
Remove face shield or mask and goggles. Remove gloves and discard. Perform hand hygiene. Reassess patient's respiratory status, including respiratory rate, effort, oxygen saturation, and lung sounds.
Could you show us how to do that knot thing that you were talking about?
Yeah. When you put like the right over left, and then you would do left over right. Can you see that? So that it's like that,
Okay.
and it won't come loose